My friends, it's that time again. I'm gonna show you guys what I have in my camera bag. And this is not my small camera bag. This is my big camera bag with a lot of fun gear equipment for all of us gear nerds, because what is life without good gear, you know? That's just how it is. But anyway, inside this bag, you're gonna find a lot of good stuff. This is the things that I use most often, and this is actually a bag that I'm gonna take with me to Iceland. I'm going to Iceland now very soon with my family, so I've been thinking about it all day what I should put in here. And this is like my most used gear, both photos and videos. So, the first thing we should talk about is the heart of the bag itself. Do you say the heart of the bag? So weird. But here is the Sony a7 IV. This is my main camera for both photos and videos. I really like it. It's a fantastic hybrid camera. It's not perfect for videos. You can get better bangs for your bucks, 100%. It's getting a little bit outdated in the video section. But for photos, I mean, the 33 megapixel full frame sensor, fantastic. I mean, it's a nice photo camera and it's going to hold up for a long time. And I just like it. I don't need the latest and greatest. And like some of my all-time best photos are shot with this, and I truly enjoy it. I mean, I made a bunch of videos with it. Now, I am a big fan of like the Sony APS-C system. I have a Sony a6-700 that I use from time to time. And one thing I need to be honest with you guys is that I've been thinking about if I should switch the a7 IV out for this here, the a7C II. I mean, this is like the same camera, but just smaller. But this one isn't mine. It's Sony's. They lent it to me, but I can like use it as I want. However, the feeling is that I can't smash on it as much as this one. Like, I am not very kind to my gear. In my opinion, these are just tools to capture the shot that I need. I'm not saying you should do that, but that's just how I view it. And I felt like I can't hammer on that the same way I can hammer on this, because this one is totally mine. I bought it with my money and everything, while they lent me this one. But again, this is a fantastic camera. It's smaller. There are some pros and cons to each, but I think maybe, especially because I'm traveling to Iceland, that should be in my bag. Maybe I'll switch it out. But anyway, this is what's usually in my backpack at the moment. And on it, we have what's by far my favorite lens of almost all time, and that's the Sony 24-70mm f2.8 Mark II. This is a fantastic lens, and I'm a big sucker for wide-angle lenses. You will see that in this bag. Like, that's what I use. I do enjoy prime lenses. I own a few prime lenses. I mean, it's really fun using them. But the way that I'm shooting, whether it's videos or photos, is that a lot of run and gun environments, and everything is happening so quick. And I like value more the convenience of not having to swap lenses all the time above, you know, having the most perfect quality, whatever you want to say, prime lenses will offer me. But this one is it's a beautiful lens, and the focal length 24-70 is just perfect. I like it. It sits on my camera, honestly, like 73.5% of the times, I would say. Now, the next thing that we should talk about is, of course, the big white thing that you see there. And that is the beautiful Sony 2020. Not Sony 20. Sony 70-200mm f2.8 Mark II. This is a fantastic lens. I don't carry it with me all the time because it's quite big. But since this is not like my small everyday carry camera bag, this is more of like the gear I want when I'm going out for a little longer. But I still don't want to carry with me all my gear. Try to keep it a little bit light. Light is maybe... I mean, you just have to be strong. I mean, that's just be strong and then you can carry more with you, okay? But then this is like fantastic. And I don't use it enough. But when I use it, I mean, everything is just so magical, so pretty. I love the compression in both street shots and in landscape photos. And yeah, fantastic little lens. Fantastic medium-sized wide lens this here. I mean, I've held the 300 and the also the 200-600. I think that was ridiculous lens. Now, the next lens that I'm going to have in my bag, but it's not here at the moment, is the lens that I'm filming on right now. And that is the Sony 20mm f1.8, a prime lens. I really like this lens at the moment for talking heads. I also really like it for landscape photos. I am on the lookout for a new wide-angle lens. I've been keeping the Sigma 16-28mm a lot. I'm just not that happy with that it goes to 28. And also I dropped it, so I cannot put any filters or anything on it. So I just thought that I'd use this one now. But I've been thinking about picking up the Sony 16-35mm f2.8 Mark II, or a Sigma 14-24, I think. Then I have like an ultra wide angle So either one of them I've been thinking about. But at the moment, my wide-angle lens will be this lens that you're seeing here. It's on there, right there. Hi, nice to meet you. But it's like this Sony 20mm f1.8, and it's a beautiful, beautiful lens. I really do enjoy it. Now I think there are a lot of other things that are really exciting here. One thing that we should get out of the way is, of course, the drone. Now, I'm a huge fan of aerial photography. That comes at no surprise. I mean, not only the fact that we just have like a fucking flying camera in the air, but I've always enjoyed the fact how free I am with my composition with a drone. There is nothing that limits me with the composition, so I can like really take my time and compose the image in the way that I like, and that is something that I've enjoyed a lot. My drone that I use at the moment is the Air 3. I think it's good. Some people are whining about the like sensor being smaller on the previous version. I'm not sure. I like that you have two lenses, and I like this size too. I've had the Mavics, it's quite big. I had the Minis. I love the Minis. I think it's really, really nice. But what I like about this is a nice middle ground. And although the Mini produces nice quality, then I do enjoy that this has two lenses. And also one fact, when I'm in Iceland or I'm out here in the wilderness in northern Sweden, I want to be able to fly the drone far distances. And that I couldn't really do with the Mini. That is the only thing that I disliked about that drone, is that the controller, like I push this like 7 kilometers. And this shot here, this is like 8 or 9 kilometers away from me. That was pretty gnarly. Do not recommend it, but I wanted to get the shot. And that I could do with this, and there is no way that I could do it with the Mini. But the Mini drones, I had the Mini 3 Pro, really much like it. I love how small it is, especially because I'm always outside. But again, just hit the gym a few times and you'll be able to carry this with you. I shouldn't be carrying this much with me, but I don't know. We're all like gear, right? It's like our secret little kinky stuff, all the gear. But that is my drone. Now, you also see a few other exciting things too. I have one of these, dust blower. I think it's pretty nice. Then I have my friend's Peter Lindgren's Tri-Charger. I think this is a pretty neat little thing. I can have all of my batteries at one place, charge them, and then also the SD cards up here. Plus, they're like organized, and I can just put it down here. After, I had an ND filter. This is a variable ND filter from Nisi, and I think it's pretty nice. And then I can have also a mist filter on it. So you can have a separate mist filter, I just clip on the ND filter, and I think it's pretty nice. This is a true color, not sponsored, and nothing here is sponsored. So that's just how I do enjoy this one a ton. Now, next you can see another cool thing too, and that is 3 of these like wireless microphones. This one I use a lot. I think it's really nice to have. So I just clip this on top in the shoe on my camera, and then this one I put here. And I mean, I do have this microphone as well. I think this is a great microphone. I've owned the Rode big one, VideoMic Pro Plus or whatever it's called. It's a great mic, but it's just so big. This is the Sony, named something ridiculous as all Sony names, so like EC-MB10 or something. And it's good, and it's really small. But sometimes I like getting creative with like being further away from the camera. I like those shots a lot, so that's when this comes in hand. So, and it doesn't take up that much space, so I decided to carry it with me at all times. Now, I also have the Osmo Action 5 Pro. I've heard that this one is better than the new GoPro. I have no idea. I think that whether you go for the GoPro or this one, I don't think it really matters. This one is really good in my opinion. The stabilization of it is just out of this world, and quality was nice. I enjoy it, and I really like the quick magnetic system thingy, so I can switch from horizontal to vertical really, really quickly, because that's something that I do a lot. Now, there is more. It's here on the top, so let's go for that. And by the way, if you guys are interested, then I run a paid photography community. It's a place for people like you and me to become better at photography and content and understanding the business behind it. It's at the moment we're like over 60 members, and if you are interested, then you can find more information in the description down below. I'd love to see you inside, so if you ever wanted to connect with me more, then this is the chance. Anyway, what is in the top of my bag there? So I have to close this here to see what's at the top. And then there's one other thing on my bag that is something that I personally can't really live with, or like, that is so brutal saying like, I can't live with this, I would die. But that is not totally true, but it's something that I really enjoy, you understand? So on the top here, we have, let me see, a controller. That was maybe, then I of course have batteries for drone, because I don't know, without batteries you're not flying that much. And then, my friends, I have on top here, I usually carry with me one of these. This is just the harness for the Action Pro. And this is something that I personally like to have with me because I'm creating a lot of behind the scenes content and this is nice. Then we have one thing that I like, and that is one of these here. This is just so I'm able to like put my phone up and use that on the tripod. And by the way, I usually have a tripod here. It's just what I'm using to film this video at the moment. This is the Peak Design carbon fiber travel tripod. It's pretty expensive, like ridiculously expensive in my opinion, but I've had it now for a few years, not sponsored, not paid. I bought this myself and I really enjoy it. It's super light and it's a nice little design. So I'm happy with it, and it usually sits here. And then one thing that I forgot to show you too, here, let me see, let me just close this up, is that I have these pouches in my bag, and here I carry with me a lot of SD cards, and I like kind of just say the more the merrier. I have SD cards in the tri-charger, and I have SD cards here too, because I can't tell you, my friends, how often I've gone out and like forgotten SD card. So that sucks. It's not a good feeling, especially when you're gone far distances. So I try to always have with me some sneaky SD cards hidden anywhere. So I know like, okay, if I forget, which happens often to me, it's just how I work, then I know that I'm safe. Anyways, all this gear is primarily used to capture photos, and I strive to take good photos as a photographer. Shocker, I know. And if you wanna like see my best photos that I took this year, then my friend, next you should watch this video right here. I give you a full breakdown as well as my thought process and behind the scenes of what I was thinking when I captured these photos right here.